Right, welcome back. The title of this video, the three major pitfalls that every trader faces. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, experienced, at some point, you are going to wrestle with this. Now, the first one I explain is tilt. Tilt comes in various forms. More so, it's an anger thing. So let's say you take a trade, it goes against you, hits your stop loss, and you kind of go into this state where you feel like I need to get my money back right here and now. Like I need it now, so you just jump right back in there. That is called revenge trading, and that basically, like I said, comes from anger. Like you're mad at the market, you felt like you were right, when you were really wrong, and you want to get back at the market, which is never a good idea. Another thing that can come from tilt that I don't think is explained enough. It's almost a sense of going numb. I don't know how many people know gamblers in their life or are gamblers, but it comes a point in when you start taking so many losses, like you just lose all self control and have no problem putting the trigger. So in trading, what happens is you take a series of losses and you go numb. And you just start firing off trades, not really knowing what you're doing. I've done it myself numerous times in my first years of trading. And every time I got crushed, I blew accounts, lost money, failed at challenges, all the above. So that is something that you definitely want to look out for and keep in check. Now, the second one is greed. This is more so being too confident or shooting too high. Like, not to say you can't achieve those goals you're planning to reach, but at times, us as people, sometimes we set the bar so high that we don't realize it's a process to reach there. And then, anyway, trading is competitive. So, let's say you follow a lot of these guys on Instagram or YouTube, and you see them doing extremely well, and you feel like, well, they hitting this and they making this much, I should be doing the same. So you could be in a very good trade and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna move my take profit up a little bit high so I can squeeze more out. Or you say, you know what? I'm gonna go YOLO. I'm gonna just put everything in this one trade and I know it's gonna come to me and I know I'm gonna get it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you get lucky and hit it, but that is not a good mind frame to be in when you're dealing with the market because they're always changing. It's always something going on. It could swing on you out of nowhere. I mean, on rare occasions, I have seen it have flash crashes out of nowhere. News drivers, news events like FOMC, non-farm payroll, CPI, things like that can happen. And depending on your broker, you can get swept out even if your stop loss is in a good position. But they'll just blame it on slippage. So that's a big thing we have to learn how to check is greed. Now the final one is fear. The first part I like to talk about is the fear of missing out. So that's basically you feeling like you have to be in the markets 24/7 or you have to take a trade because if you don't take a trade this particular day, you're going to miss out. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case. I mean, the crypto markets run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But as far as everything else, 5 days a week, you know, those 5 days, depending on how much time you have, you're going to be able to find a move. So it's not like the market is going to stop if you miss this move. Because just from my experience, I've missed plenty moves. And hey, so what? That wasn't my session. I like to trade anyway, so it wasn't a part of my plan. So it's not a big deal. And it's easy for me to say now, but I did used to have FOMO. But now that I have a strategy and a set of rules that I abide by, They could care less what happens outside of the time frames that I like to trade. Now, the other part of fear, well, another part of fear, is being scared to take a trade, period. Now, this kind of onsets with most people after you taking a series of losses. You begin to feel like you can't pull the trigger anymore. And the reason you don't want to pull the trigger anymore because you don't want to deal with the pain of taking another loss. But I'm here to tell you if you can embrace the pain of losing and get used to it and learn how to use it as like a stepping stone, it is like it'll help you grow so much, man. It's crazy. You just have to go through and experience it because I didn't believe it myself. But once I got used to discomfort and being in like certain positions or just even having the discipline to let my stop loss get hit and accepting it and moving on and looking for the next setup, it did wonders for me. And the last part of fear I like to talk about is it's a bit more tricky, but it definitely happens, and it's ways to build up over it. It just takes increment in time. Is the fear not letting you win it right? Now this is all going to come to your strategy, uh, come down to your mentality and your particular style of trading. But a lot of us, and I struggle with it myself at times, we kind of close the winning position too early, and we miss out. It's really a psychological thing. I don't want to go too in depth with it, but it's kind of like a place of want and lack that we come from when we do that because if we figure, oh, if I don't take this now, the market's going to reverse and take it away from me. But the thing is, you have no real way of ever really knowing if it's going to get to your take profit, or if it's really going to hit your stop loss. So once again, you have to come to this common understanding where you have to let go and forget the need of always being right and let it play out. But once again, this just comes with practice and timing. But I feel like if you can work on this early on in your career, 3 years down the line, it'll put you in a whole nother bracket in this trading thing. It's all about patience, discipline, and being able to adapt. All right, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Like, share, subscribe. Until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Be safe.